I'm Norman Robinson, and welcome to Affordable Housing Matters. On today's program, we will check in with a local nonprofit powered by the youth of New Orleans. We have a great show planned for you today, so don't you go far.
You're watching WLAE, New Orleans Public Television. Find us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Youth Rebuilding New Orleans is a youth-led, construction-based nonprofit, and they aim to guide youth through the home building and construction process by working on blighted homes, new construction, and low-maintained homes of people in the community. Joining me now to further discuss this tremendous work of this organization is Ms. Cortland Scholler, and she is the program manager of Youth Rebuilding New Orleans. Good morning, Ms. Scholler.
Good morning.
It's so nice to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you're quite welcome. I'm very excited about this program because it's youth-oriented.
Yes.
So tell us about that particular aspect of the program.
Yeah, so we are a youth-led nonprofit, and we started after Hurricane Katrina because a lot of young people wanted to give back, but it needed to be in an organized and structured way. And from there, from rebuilding homes after Katrina, we geared more towards community development and rebuilding blighted homes. And we teach young people about construction, and not just about construction, about community and about mental health and service and just being a well-rounded young person as well.
You say you started out after Hurricane Katrina, and as it would have it, as fate would have it, 16 years later we dealt with another hurricane, Ida.
Yes.
And so how have you been involved in that process, the aftermath of Hurricane Ida?
Yeah, so we do have a small team, but we all came together because we started as a disaster recovery organization, and we really wanted to go back to that, and because New Orleans was in need. So since then, we have tarped 75 homes in the New Orleans area. You have tarped? Yes.
So where do the tarps come from, and what's the process?
So we actually had a lot of those tarps donated to us from several organizations, and from there we just our two-man team, and along with myself and our executive director, we just all came together, and we did like maybe 3 or 4 a day, and helping homeowners. It really brought us joy because a lot of them couldn't receive help as fast as they would like to have. So.
How did you learn about the homes that needed to be tarped?
We actually learned about them from just actually our construction manager, John Cole. He had neighbors who needed help, and he helped them. And then from there, it was just word of mouth. And then we went to social media, and we asked anyone who needed help, specifically elderly and disabled individuals. And we went out and we tarped their homes. We were receiving so many requests because so many people needed help. Yeah.
So are you still available to tarp homes, or has that program ended?
We are doing it on like a case-by-case basis because we know now that a lot of people here are now starting to receive the help that they need. And then now we're going back to more working on blighted homes, and yeah, that's what we're switching back to now.
Yeah, I asked that question because some of our viewers may be watching who need their homes tarped, and I wanted to find out if you were actually available to do that if they were to contact us, or
so if they are elderly or disabled, yes, we still are. We're just case-by-case basis, so if it's a single-story home, definitely, and if they're elderly or disabled, they should feel free to reach out to us.
I noticed you said single-story homes. You don't
Yes.
you don't do two-story.
We are not professional roofers, so for insurance reasons, we aren't doing two-story homes. Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. Suppose I'm a viewer and I'm watching you, and I need help with gutting my home. What about gutting homes?
Yes, we actually we have been going to Laplace, Louisiana. We have gutted like 4 or 5 homes there, and we're continuing to do that. But we also, if anyone here in the New Orleans area or any surrounding area needs help with gutting their homes, we are doing that as well.
So you want our viewers to know that this is not just a New Orleans-based program.
It is not. It is not. It is the New Orleans and surrounding areas. We are able to help those individuals as well, because we don't believe that anyone should be gutting their own home.
Now, you mentioned that the help that you're rendering in Laplace. What about some of your other current projects?
Yes, so we are helping individuals in Laplace, but we also are building our first new construction home in the Lower Ninth Ward.
Oh, really?
Yes.
This is your first new construction home?
First new construction home, our first rebuild home in the Lower Ninth Ward. We completed that this year, but we have been rebuilding homes since Hurricane Katrina. We have built 22 homes. You've built 22 homes? We've rebuilt.
You've rebuilt 22
homes since.
And when you say rebuilt, we're talking about what? Renovation?
Yes, renovation. So when after Hurricane Katrina, a lot of people we did do disaster recovery, but a lot of people did not return. And as we know, blight is it's very hard.
Problem.
It's a big problem here in New Orleans.
Yeah.
So also affordable housing. So
yeah. Well, this is the affordable housing.
Yeah. So we switched more towards rebuilding homes to combat blight and to provide affordable housing. So we do provide affordable housing below 80% of the market value. So that's what our homes that are our new construction home in the Lower Ninth Ward, it is going to be 80% below market value, and it's really exciting.
Yeah. So tell me a bit more about how that works.
Yeah.
You know, when you talk about 80% of the market value.
Yeah. So how we started, mainly because we were working with young people, we started off gearing towards teachers, and mainly because I feel like it's something very current that a lot of teachers are underpaid, and we really wanted to help teachers, but we also geared towards helping service members of the community, because we want our young people to not only rebuild homes and learn about the community, we want them to see individuals who help their communities in their community and stand in their community. So that's why we aim towards helping those individuals, but we also help anyone who is looking for affordable housing. So 80% below the market value is just essentially right now, I believe a lot of the homes, unfortunately, are going for like $300,000 or maybe
it's
upwards.
Hard to say, huh?
Yeah, upwards of that. And right now we are in a seller's market. So I know right now it's really hard for people to find affordable housing. So whatever the market is for that year, that's what we typically sell it, 80% below that. That's what we're doing right now.
Now, how does one qualify or become eligible for what you're doing?
Yeah, so they would have to be already pre-approved through a bank. But if someone is looking to purchase a home, they would just fill out an application that can be online at yrno.com, or that could be through me. If someone was to contact me directly, they would be able to receive an application, and we would go from there. Yeah.
So how does one contact Ms. Cortland Joler directly?
Directly. So my email is really simple. It is cortland@yrno.com. Yes.
And you would personally answer that email?
I would personally answer that email. It's me. It's just me.
So what is your long-term projection in terms of making affordable housing available?
So what we would love to do is, right now we're only able to complete one home per year. Our aim is to complete 2 or 3 homes per year. And our aim is to set the path for our young people to be over these construction sites. And so the more homes we're able to complete a year, that makes them more affordable. And hopefully we can go down from 80% of the market value. That's what we would like to do.
Mm-hmm. How do you determine what kind of house to build and where?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we determine what kind of house to build. Before, we were mainly doing rebuilds, because what we noticed that there was a lot of blight in the community, and it was a great learning experience for our young people. And we decided to build those homes in the areas I believe that were around the most impacted by Hurricane Katrina. So that was in the 7th Ward area. But now we do it based on where we believe still needs of housing. And the more housing we have, we're able to actually have stores and businesses in those areas. So a lot of people don't know this, but the Lower 9th Ward still hasn't fully recovered after 16 years since Hurricane Katrina. There are still a lot of blighted homes. It is very scarce. There isn't a lot of businesses. So we believe that going into those places and building new construction homes will in turn provide more availability for those residents to businesses.
Is that a target area for you then, the Lower 9th Ward? Because I've driven that area, and I'm just baffled at the condition that the community finds itself still in.
Yes, it is a target area for us right now. It is, yeah.
So I've done some research on youth rebuilding New Orleans, and it says since Hurricane Katrina, you have engaged over 10,000 youngsters.
Yes.
Is that a true? That's a lot of kids. Isn't it?
Yeah. So 10,000 young people. It isn't just in the New Orleans area.
Okay.
We receive volunteers from all over the country. Right now, we have a volunteer who is from Virginia, and she is a young person. She's 19 years old. A lot of people want to give back to the community. So through our volunteer work, we engage with young people from all over the world, actually.
From all over the world?
Yes. And I want to make sure I'm pronouncing this correctly. She is from Slovenia. It's a country, and I might be getting this wrong, in Eastern Europe.
Slovenia.
Yes, I believe that is.
I believe you're correct.
Yeah, it's a country in Eastern Europe. That is where she is from.
Well, how did she learn about youth rebuilding New Orleans from her country?
So we work with a volunteer company, and they're called Network Volunteers, and they receive volunteer requests, and then they provide volunteer to nonprofits. So that's
so what is the vetting process then for youngsters who are allowed into the program?
Oh, into our rebuild program.
Yeah.
So essentially, we have an application. They would reach out to me, Cortland, at yrn.com.
Cortland of many hats,
yeah.
right?
Yes, and so they would reach out to me, and from there, we would just review the application. We want to make sure that they're interested in construction. That is the main thing, because that is what they would mainly be doing. And from there, we just see like what their goals are in life, and that's how we determine who we allow into the program. And then also we have an interviewing process as well that goes along with that after we have reviewed the application.
So, so hypothetically, I'm a youngster.
Yes.
I know this is a stretch. I'm a young 18-year-old, and I'm applying to be a participant in your program. And you want to know what my goals are. Why do you want to know what my goals are?
Because even though we are aiming towards construction, we know that not every young person wants to do construction long term. We just believe that when you have a knowledge of construction, you can be employed anywhere. And that's really important to us. But we know that's not everyone's long-term goal. So what we do is we have job readiness training, and we also talk about careers and how to move them forward in their direction. So when we know their goals, we're able to help them move in that direction.
So what does job readiness training entail?
So that entails really the first thing is learning how to, I believe, speak in the best possible way. We do a lot of, and I'm trying to say this correctly, we do a lot of one-on-one mock interviews with them, so they know what to say. A lot of times young people are nervous in interviews. Even though I've had several interviews, I'm still like a little nervous.
I don't know why.
Yeah, so we know that because they are nervous, we do interview training with them, and we also really talk about how to engage with people, make eye contact with them.
How to have a conversation with somebody.
Yes, how to have a conversation.
Without making them feel awkward and strange.
Yes, how to send correct emails to people, and just how to perform in the best possible way on their job site or in their career as they move forward. So that is how to write a resume as well, because a lot of times when young people they leave school, high school in general, they don't know how to do these things, and they are so important right now.
Yeah, so you're actually teaching people how to maneuver in the real world.
Yes.
And then,
yes.
and how to have a social connection with people that's going to have a positive outcome. Yes,
that's what we're trying to do, and I also feel we've been successful in it. A lot of our former interns, they have gone on to great jobs and careers from our program.
Tell us about some of those transformations, the people and where they've gone and what kind of jobs they've gone to.
Yeah, definitely. So. For one, our more recent intern, he was only with us for maybe like 3 months, and we also teach financial literacy, so he went on from there and he started learning about, I know everyone's talking about this right now, but we've been talking about this for a long time. He learned about cryptocurrency, he learned about how to save and how to invest, and he really wanted to change his life around from seeing these things, and he went on to actually work for Bow Brothers from our program.
So this program then is not just there to give people something to do.
No. No.
You're actually trying to prepare them for the world.
Yes, yes. It's so important because when we think about youth rebuilding New Orleans, we don't want people to think about just youth rebuilding New Orleans as far as construction, even though that's what we do. We strongly believe that rebuilding New Orleans starts from the inside and starts from what our young people are learning. So learning about job readiness, learning about financial literacy, learning about home ownership and mental health, all of these subjects aren't readily available for them in their community. And so when we teach them, they're able to become like excellent individuals in the New Orleans community. And that's what's really important to us.
Who's doing the teaching, and where do you get the instructors from?
Yes, so myself.
There you go. That's another hat for Cortland.
But not just myself. Our executive director. We actually have our office manager. He was actually an intern, and. Yes, and so he also he excelled in public speaking, and he also teaches public speaking, which is a part of job readiness.
Yeah.
So we do this, but we also reach out to healthcare professionals, people who are excelling in mental health. We also reach out to real estate agents and financial advisors to speak on financial literacy and home ownership. So we reach out to people within our community to come and teach these lessons as well.
So they're doing this, these instructors are doing this on a voluntary basis?
Yes, they want to help. They understand how important it is. A lot of times they're like, wow, I wish I knew this information when I was 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And I actually wish I learned all of these things that I'm currently learning when I was that age as well.
What's the age parameter for the youngsters who are participating in your program?
Yeah,
how young are they to how old are they?
Yeah, so we typically look for young people ages 16 to 21, but sometimes if a young person is 15 and they interview well and we see that they're mature, we do allow them to participate in the internship as well.
So that's on a case-by-case basis as well. Okay, and how long a period do they have to devote their time in the program? Is there a time frame involved?
Yeah, so throughout the year we fundraise and to provide paid internships during the summer program. We do 2 cohorts, and these cohorts are a month and a half each. And throughout the year, we do unpaid internships, but you are able to move around your own schedule. So we have volunteer opportunities on the weekends. Right now we have some interns who come maybe 3 times a week for a couple of hours, and that is the way we feel is best, because we don't want our young people to steer away from their education. I know a lot of time having a work school balance isn't always the best, and we want them to know that their education is the most important.
Okay, Ms. Scholler, in wrapping up our interview, tell our viewers again how to get in touch with you if they're interested in Youth Rebuilding New Orleans.
Yeah, so you can get in touch with me through my email at cortland@yrno.com, or you could reach out to Prince, PRINCE, at yrno.com, or J. Cole at, Coyle. It's JCOYLE@yrno.com.
All right, Ms. Cortland Scholler,
Yes.
Program Director for Youth Rebuilding New Orleans. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
And continue good work.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We will have more Affordable Housing Matters when we return. Don't go far.
This series, we get to know some of the most famous designers and their fashion legacies. We'll also get to know new designers and learn how they are forging their way in this competitive fashion world. From the red carpet to fabulous furs, from the little black dress to dazzling beaded gowns, we will have fun exploring how these design concepts can be stitched and included in our everyday lives. Join us on Fit to Stitch.
Saturdays at 10:30 a.m.
That will do it for this episode of Affordable Housing Matters. We would again like to thank all of our guests for joining us on today's program. And remember, if you would like to watch or rewatch any of our past episodes, please visit the WLAE YouTube page. And please make sure to like and subscribe to the Affordable Housing Matters playlist as well. I'm Norman Robinson, and we'll see you next time on Affordable Housing Matters.